Hey guys, it's Daniela and aka Baboon and Tiger Cub, featuring my sister, Alex_Coffee. We are doing, well, I'm doing my coming out story with the help of others. So, yeah. A year ago, I met Heather through Instagram, so that kind of confirmed things when I met her. Because I was still, like, I had the thought in my mind probably around high school, and then I met her the summer before my senior year, which was last summer, and that kind of confirmed it, like, yes, this is what I want, like, I've never felt this way. Butterflies, nervousness, the whole 9 yards. But we started talking, and that's when I fully accepted it myself, which is a big, huge step. And then, so we started talking for a while. She was my little secret. Is that what it was? I don't know, I was in my room one day and I had no plan to tell anybody, but then the kind of seed just kind of got planted in my mind, and I started thinking about telling my sister, because I knew she was the first person I wanted to tell, because she's amazing about it. I always say this, she's more supportive of gay people than actual gay people.
Yeah.
Like, she loves them. Like,
I get angry. Like, I get so mad.
Didn't you give up Chick-fil-A?
I did. I don't like to jump on bandwagons, first of all. But I just didn't even have time to look into it. I was like, I don't even care. But just if it's affiliated with anything like that, I'm not going to give them my business. So until the whole thing...
I didn't even give up Chick-fil-A.
She didn't care. I don't know why. I just think all human beings should be treated with respect on the grounds of being a good person. Like, everything else doesn't matter. Who cares? I just don't understand it. So, I'm not gonna get into it. And we've talked about this. It's like a logic issue. The way
it is a logic issue, because I'm not even...
It's literally...
I'm not offended as a gay person. I'm offended as a human being.
You're a human being.
I'm a human being. I'm not offended as a part of the LGBT community. I'm just offended that people are dumb enough to think that it changes anything.
Your character.
To each their own.
Yeah. Here's what I like to say to people.
Yeah.
There are shitty gay people, there are great gay people, there are shitty straight people, there are great straight people. It doesn't matter. It's like literally just a sexual preference. That's it. I
like you.
You like me?
No, I meant like...
Oh, I was like, thank you.
I don't understand why that's a whole, like, political thing.
It's not anyone else's business.
Yeah, so, so that's why I decided to tell her, because obviously she feels really passionate about it.
Obviously.
So I decided to tell her first, and I knew she would be really great about it, really understanding, and really excited. So I'm sitting in my bed one day, and the thought just kind of entered my mind, and then I started freaking out. Kind of broke down a little bit, whole shaking and crying a little bit. That was like for 2 hours. Just because I was so, because this is the first person I ever told, like, besides Heather.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So her bedroom is like right there. So I messaged her. Well, I typed out the message first. I said, hey, can I come over? Because I knew, because usually I just walk in and we start hanging out. It's like never a big deal. So I knew once I like texted her, she would know something's up. So as soon as I sent that, there was no turning back. So I had that typed out on my phone for a good hour, and I was just kind of staring at it. And then I sent it, and I wanted to die.
There was no turning back.
There was no turning back. And she's like, yeah, come on over. And so I, like, walk in like this. And I walked in, and she's like, what'd you say? You're like,
what's up or something?
Yeah, but it was, like, sympathetic.
Yeah.
You were like, oh, what's up?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I have something to tell you.
Just dying.
I was dying. It was the hardest thing.
You were just like a shell of a human being. It was really cute and stuff.
Terrifying, yeah.
Yeah, it's scary.
Which in the long run, it's not.
No. Just confrontation's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what you're telling somebody, it's hard to
But
do.
like, I said that, and I think I just came out and said it. No pun intended.
You were just like... You said it really quiet.
I don't even think any noise came out of my mouth.
It did, because I heard you.
Oh.
Or we were just speaking telepathically.
We do that a lot, actually.
We do. It's a thing.
Yeah, I said, I don't know. In like a tiny little voice. And then the first thing she did, she's like, oh, come come here, and she like hugged me, she's like, I love you, and then we just started just talking about everything.
Yeah.
And like, it was like a normal conversation, like, she was really happy and excited. She started looking up gay wedding ideas on Pinterest, and then I told her about Heather and all that stuff, and then you actually met her that night through Skype.
Yeah, I did.
They met, it was really awkward.
Well, we're both awkward. It runs in the family, we're both awkward, so.
Yeah.
All of us are awkward.
Well, Heather's usually good about that stuff, but she was awkward too.
I know, I was like, you were like, no, she doesn't make things awkward, it's fine, you'll be fine. I'm like, I'm gonna be awkward though. And then she comes in, and then we're like, hey, and then it's like, yeah, it was really awkward.
Yeah.
But
No one
I was
died.
nervous.
No one died.
We got through it.
No one has cancer, no one died. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Life's good.
So,
So fast forward 6 months.
6 months to, what was it? July 20 something.
21st.
20th.
No, 20th.
It was the day before my parents' 24th anniversary.
Good job, by the way.
Which I forgot. I totally, that day, Mom was like, hey, we're gonna go out, like, your dad and I are gonna go out for drinks for our anniversary. I was like, sorry. Anyways, I took the wimpy way out. I wrote a letter to them, put it in a drawer, mailed to my friend's house, and texted them, hey, there's a letter for you in the drawer, and then almost threw up.
How quickly after you texted Mom did all the stuff go down? I was curious.
It
about
was
that.
like 5 minutes, but it felt like a year.
Okay. So at least it wasn't like an hour.
It wasn't, no.
Because you would have died
Yeah,
that hour.
and then she has her read receipts on, and so it was like, read at whatever, and then I was pacing through my friend Christina's house and like freaking out. She was trying to calm me down, and then I think my mom texted back, and she's like, well, we have a lot to talk about, don't we? With a little smiley face. I knew she was good. And then we kind of we talked for a little bit. Like we were texting back and forth, and she asked me a couple questions, and it was good. And then my dad wasn't home at this point, and so she's like, I'll tell your dad when he gets home. And like an hour later, my dad texted me, and my dad was the one I was scared about.
Yeah, because we didn't know what to expect from him.
It could have gone either way. Because he's always been kind of traditional, but I knew it would be different, like, when it's with his kid, he was awesome. He texted me back. We have this, like, inside joke.
Yeah, he does to both of us, and I seriously always thought he would just hold me for longer.
Really?
Yeah. Well, maybe, like...
He'll go up to us and be like, you're my favorite. And he says that to both of us.
He does it to both. He's a double crosser.
He texts me, he's like, you're my favorite. And I was like...
Yeah.
Our dad
has been so great about this whole thing. Just like better than either of us could even possibly imagine.
It didn't faze him, so he's like, okay, cool.
I'm really happy that all that went the way it did.
And then I came home and the door was locked. This was a couple hours later because I hung out with my friend for a little bit. I came home, the door was locked, and I knocked on the door. My mom answered. We hugged, and then she grabbed my hand and she spun me around, and she's like, look. Oh! She's like, look at you, you look the same, you're the same person. And she was really great about it. There was no awkwardness at all. We just kind of talked about it like it was normal. I noticed that she had been crying, and so her face was all puffy and red and cute, and I asked her why she was crying, and she was like, oh, it's just new things, and so she's been really supportive and really great. It's just something she has to get used to, and something that's been hard on her, but
yeah,
she hasn't imposed any of that on me.
Absolutely.
And okay, also, this was a week before I went to Pennsylvania. So my note, I was like, I'm gay, I have a girlfriend, and she lives in Pennsylvania. I've never met her, and I want to go see her. Sorry. Yeah. So there's a lot of talking, a lot of questions, but it was all normal. It was like I had a new boyfriend, and they wanted to know about him, except it was a girl.
Which is actually better than a boyfriend.
Yeah. Well, my dad's really protective. Yeah. And he, literally every single guy that has come over, just friends, he shows his gun to. He's just yeah, he's really protective. He doesn't like any guys, which is good, because now I have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
So, you're welcome, Dad. He loves Mike, and there's no way I could have competed. Mike is her boyfriend. Of like 4 years?
4 years.
And Dad's in love with Mike. It's a bromance.
There's romance, they're best friends. They hugged the other day.
They did, that was adorable. And so there's no way I could have competed with that. Nope. Sorry.
And Heather is the girl version of Mike, we've decided. except like slightly better. What we said? Did we talk about the other
Alex likes Heather more than me and Mike.
I love Heather. I haven't even met her. I just met her once,
Me too.
and we interact through social media sometimes. But just from all the stuff she tells me and all that stuff, I love her.
Yeah, so it kind of worked out for everyone. It doesn't seem like it's worked out, but it's worked out perfectly.
Well,
it's
in
a good
this,
thing.
you know, crazy dysfunctional world we live in, everything's awesome.
I changed my relationship status on Facebook. Made a Facebook official. Everyone had their frenzy.
People freaked out.
People like me better now.
People think she's cool. Yeah, freaked out in a good way. People think she's cooler now.
Yeah.
People think I'm cooler now because
Yeah.
I'm affiliated with you.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people just weren't surprised. So
Yeah.
it wasn't like one of those things where it's sorry, Heather, where it's like in your face, like, oh, she's definitely gay. It's one of those things that you just don't really even think about, but like once it happens, with,
You're like,
like
oh,
with
that makes
her in
sense.
particular, once she comes out, it's not a surprise. Like if I came out, everybody would shit their pants because that wouldn't make any sense. But with her, it's like, okay, well that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think that's how the majority of people's reactions were.
We have our own Instagram, which is how
They
you
do,
guys.
not us. That'd be
Oh.
gay.
I
that was really bad.
know. I use that word all the time. I don't
Yeah.
get offended by it. I'm like, you're a faggot. Like,
Well, do you watch Louis C.K.?
yes.
He
He's
goes,
hilarious.
He goes, the word faggot doesn't apply to gay people. I call you a faggot if you're acting like a faggot.
Like-
It's a derogatory term. So
But,
we
you
should
know, I'm
use
allowed
it
to
lightly,
use it
but we're
because I'm
allowed
gay.
to use yeah.
But I
I'm not
constantly
using
say that. I'm like, that's really gay.
It's a good word to describe things.
It is.
Anyways.
So yeah, I made a Facebook official. Posted Instagram things of cuteness. With this one. Hey. And people love us. And people are really great and have been really supportive and are just happy I'm happy. So I probably got the best deal out of any coming out story ever.
Yeah.
Everything kind of went a little perfectly, and I'm sorry for those of you who don't have it as easy. It's definitely a really hard thing to do. I had a hard time doing it, and everything turned out great. But
Yeah.
just know that people might surprise you. If you're ever doubting anything, stuff like that, you never know what's gonna happen, because there are a lot of people that like were iffy, and everyone's been amazing.
Yeah. And it just really, at the end of the day, I mean, there's an exception to every rule. When it's you, it's like the people who love you, you know, the gay thing, it's an outside issue, but once it's somebody that someone loves, it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna love you no matter what. Does that make sense? Did I explain that correctly?
No,
Okay.
yeah. There's a story. Heather will make her own coming out story. That'll be a different video that we'll upload separately. Thank you for watching. Follow us on Instagram, baboon_tiger cub. Tell Ellen about us. Be kind to one another, because this world could use some kindness.
That was be kind to each other. What she said.
That's not it. Be kind to one another.
Be kind to one another. Because the world could use a little bit. Is that it? The world.
I don't know. I
kindness.
added that part on.
Oh, I liked that actually. That was nice.
Oh, thank you. Alright, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends.
Bye.
Bye!